welcome back to the new video of the Muscle Coder. And in this today's video, we are going to build a WhatsApp clone app actually. So I think you all know familiar with WhatsApp, so I don't want to show WhatsApp again. So I will show you the end results what we are going to build. This is the thing which we are going to build, which can chat, calls, and everything should be there. And in this today's particular video, I am planning to complete the whole UI today itself. If the time exceeds more than 40 minutes, I will just cut down this video into several parts so you can watch very differently, and that's what I'm thinking of. I'm also thinking to make this backend also using the Firebase, so you all know how it's working done and everything should be known. So without any delay, we can jump back to our video. So guys, once again, welcome back to the Muscle Coder. So when we open a new project, this should be the boilerplate code which they are given. It's actually, this is the thing, it's actually a counter app they are giving where we can just increment those buttons. This actually, it's very helpful for me for in my initial days because I can know what things are possible using these counter apps. So I just around play with them. You can also play with them. So this is the boilerplate code, and we are removing these codes from this. So we need only the status widgets here, and we are renaming this title to WhatsApp for just for interesting. WhatsApp. Yeah. And the next thing we want to do is that we want another folder for storing those screens. So we are just naming it as presentation, and in that presentation there should be the first screen. Yeah, that there's the first screen, and we are naming it as Tabo. And now you guys think why we need Tabo, right? So we'll show you the WhatsApp once again. Yeah, this is actually the common app which you are using in every Flutter app, and there is an extension which called, this is the tab bar which you are using. So we can slide over things, we can fix a controller for that. It's become very nice to use the controller if you use the tab bar. So I am just assigning a tab bar here. I am just importing the material, and the next thing we are doing, we just need a stateful widget. So stateful tab bar page. So messy with these spellings. Still not pages, I should this page. So it's done actually. Actually we can't remove because where is that hell goes down, tab page, page, page. Oh, it's better to make refactor the whole page again. So sorry guys for that one. And now we can rename this thing to tab bar page. Tab bar, yeah, here it is. Oh my god, today is bad day for me. Whole thing was happening in a different way. Yeah, now it's all done actually. Yeah, here the primary swatch color is blue. I will show you why it is blue. So here the color is blue. We don't that one. We need the teal color because that was the default color of WhatsApp. So I just changing it to teal color, and I'm guiding this home page to tab bar page. And you guys want to see what we have built? I will just show you. Child, we just make a child and we get text tab bar anyway. Tab bar. And if we rerun that one, we can just know what will be the result. This is the beauty of these Flutter. I really love this Flutter because of this reason. This is the thing which we have built earlier. This is the black screen because we just didn't provide any scaffold for that. So we need a scaffold. We will fix that soon. Don't worry, guys. So this is all thing having. We can now just jump back to the tab out page, and we can remove this thing. We don't need. Our net is not iron. So we are giving a scaffold for that, and the scaffold we can give an app bar, and app bar. Yeah, here is the one. App bar is here, and this whole. And one thing I have forgot that one, for using a tab bar and for controller, we want to just even another extension for that one with single ticker provider, so that we can give a controller for that. So we all done. Next thing, we want those sliding tab, or I think you don't forget that one. I will show you what we are just doing. We need a controller for that, so that the page can be a control on the screen. So I am declaring a tab controller here, tab controller, and I'm giving as a private console because we just want to mess with the other screens. Tab controller, and it wanted to be assign its value when once the state is built. So we are using the init state here, and in the init state we are giving those tab bar controller here. Where is the tab controller? Yeah, here is the tab controller, and it has some property. We want to assign its property to something. So tab controller. So the length, how much should be the length shown the tab bar? So there are, I think there are four things: 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, there is 4. So we just wanted to make it length to 4, and we sync to this. And the next thing with the additional property we want to give is that if we open the WhatsApp, it will just navigate to the first screen, right? The chat screen. It doesn't navigate to camera screen. If we provide at this way, it will just navigate to the camera screen. So we don't want this thing. We just wanted to navigate to the chat screen. So we can provide an initial index to 1. So it will just navigate to the chat screen. And the next thing we just what we want to do, yeah, in the app bar we want to assign those things to it. So here is the want assign the tab bar for that. Tab bar, where is the tab bar? Come on, tab bar. Yeah, where is the tab bar? And in tab bar there is a property called controller. So we just wanted to, oh, what's happening over here? Controller, and there is the tab controller here. And what should be the indicator color? What indicator color mean is that, do you see a white underline? That is the indicator, and we want to give it as color. So indicator color, we will it's the white, colors dot white. Yeah, here is the one, colors dot white actually. And there is something we want to do with this thing, because in this entire project we will use the white color, in different stages, we will use this teal color in different stages. So I don't want to write the colors or white every window, so I will just make it as a constant, so I can take it from wherever it is needed, constants, and I will just name it as colors, because in some project we need some keys, so that I don't want to make it like that. So I want to declare those things: color white, and our regular thing, colors dot white. And error will show because it doesn't imported the material. So once we imported those things, the error will also go. And the next color we use regularly is this teal color. So we also wanted to assign a value to those teal color also. So just we can name it as teal, and it is colors dot teal. Yeah, perfect. And we just want to make it so we here use the colors dot teal. We don't need, as we have declared the constants. And in the tab bar there is white, so we can just rename colors. Yeah, and I just wanted to. Now we want to declare what the tabs we want here. So in the tabs, the first tab is the camera. So tab, and there is a property called icon. So in that we can give icons dot, what is that? I think camera is available. Let it dot, yeah, it's available. So the first tab was done, and the next tab we are just making it as there's only need of text actually. In the text we should give those chats, and we can just copy, so we don't want to write the here used code once. Control V, perfect. The third tab actually is the third tab. The third tab we are doing is the status, and the fourth one is the calls. So we are all done with the tabs actually. I think we can't see it, right? Just run it. I think there should be some error because we doesn't assign the body yet. Let's see what we can get as the result. Yeah, the first screen. Oh god, I haven't provided the cost constants. Now we can rerun it. Well, come on. Checks time. Yo, sorry. This is not the thing. This is the one. Yeah, this is the thing which we are coded yet. So for the indicator color, if we give white, this is the white color we can have here. So I think the tab bar is perfect, right? Now we need here is a heading called WhatsApp, and there's some action buttons are here. So we can just make it now here. So for that we have using those title property of above. In that title we are just giving it WhatsApp. I think I'm using the just for a long time. You guys go with that just I'm using WhatsApp. Yeah, it's right. If we control say we can also, yeah, this is the thing, but I think it's not that thing which one, because this whole not, I need to have everything in perfect way, so that WhatsApp, yeah, this is the thing. Now we want to style those text a little bit. Style, text style. Yeah, now we can just make a font weight to W600. I think W600 may be perfect for that one. Yeah, this is perfect. And just also change the font size 225. I think it may be perfect one. I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks like before tap or like WhatsApp. Oh my god. And actions. And actions means those things which you wanted on these sides. So actually in WhatsApp, what is those things we want? There is a search icon and a three dot icon. I don't know what's the name of this icon. We name it. We can just search it for here. And yeah, we can just make it in actions. The first one was an icon. We just make an icon button because in future we will just make, we will give some values for that one. So we will giving this to an icon button, and there are several properties called icon, icons dot search. That will be name search. So our first task is completed. The next icon we want is, I don't know what his name is. Three dots. No suggestion. What should be the name of that one? Is that name we calling it? Yeah, this more vertical. Yeah, more vertical. Oh, because WhatsApp use the custom tabs, so we don't want it to search along for. This is the custom tabs that WhatsApp is using. And now this is not the thing we want. We want, we can add color, isn't it? Color wise, so that there is the plus point. So if it doesn't add to a constant, you also want to write the colors dot white everywhere. So here there's colors dot white, and the same thing here. Yeah, now it's look. Oh, we don't remove these things from here, so I don't like that one. So debug banner, where is that debug show banner? We can make it as false. Now if you look, yeah, it's removed. So we are remove our first half task of the WhatsApp clone, and the next thing we want to assign to its body. So From the app board we can just give it as body. So this is the tab bar view. So we have just make it as tab bar view, and we want to make controller. So why we need controller here is that in WhatsApp, if you check that one, I will show you. If we guide through the, if you swipe the screen will go. For that we need controller here. So for that I am assigning into a controller, tab controller, and the next thing there is the children, right? For children, what are the screens should be ignited? So ignited to navigated to, when we go to the status, there is a screen should be navigated, and for the call should be other screen. So we want to make some screens for that one. The first screen is the camera, and in camera we can import the material as same as we have done. Material stateful camera screen, and in the container we can just name it as a child text camera. We can also make it as an, so it looks something beauty. Yeah, it's done. We can just copy this code because this is the same code which we are doing as initial stage on the average 3 screens which we are going to do. And the next screen is the chat screen. Chat screen on, and we are just making it. There the first default that happened, we want to refract it, so camera screen is here, and we don't want camera, we want chat refractor. Next screen, status. What is that? Status screen. Control V. What should be the under copy and paste is not here. We're just doing the programming, right? Status refractor. That is also done. The next file and the final one we are going to make is the call screen. Oh my god, I'm fed up with this. Call screen, Control V, refractor. Oh, you can also press Shift plus F6 also, so it will be rename the class automatically. For the tutorial purpose only, I am making it as I'm just guiding through all this. If you want, you can also press Shift plus F6, so it will be automatically will gone. So now we can check it. What is the result of the things which we have done now? If we get restart, I no need to restart it because, oh my god, what is it? Controller select property. Yeah. Oh my god. We just do it. We done all the things, but we just not name here. Camera screen. What I'm doing. Next is chat screen. Oh my god, what is that I'm doing with this keyboard? Chat screen. The next is status screen. Oh my god. Status screen. The final one is the call screen. If we now hot restart it. Oh my god, it's now it's, oh, it looks perfectly like WhatsApp. I'm just kidding. If we give a hot restart is very restarting is very good. Oh my god, you have, congratulations buddies, you have just completed the first part of our tutorial. So now we are heading to the chat screen. We just want to populate those list styles on the chat screen, so that if a new message was come, it should be get notified and everything you just want to do. So we are heading So this is the usual way, right? So what we are going to do is that if we in Flutter framework they had a great thing, we can just create constructor for file and fields. When we just press this, it will automatically will come. So it will make our coding easier. So we have done the model file, and next thing we want to make a list for dummy data. So now we are doesn't connect to the database yet. So we are just wanted to make a dummy data for that. For that we are making a list, and the list was the type of chat model, and the name of the list is chat dummy. Oh, so dummy chat. Can name it conventionally. Dummy chat, and what are the data type? What are the data we should be stored? So the first chat model. Yeah, profile pic will be added later. First we can add the name. Of course the name is Virat Kohli because I'm a great cricket fan. So I just add Virat Kohli, the last message as same as those thing I'm writing. So you can take message whatever you need. So I'm writing RCB wins. So that was the great thing. And the time usually the IPL should ends in 11:30, 11:45. So we'll get 12 o'clock. Is read true? No, yeah. Is read. I should write is read as false. So I don't read a message. So now we're going to add profile pic. So we're just making a new folder for that as a new main directory folder I'm making. So we just wanted to make a directory. Oh, good. What happened? New assets. So we can make an assets because I'm not directly in an image folder because if I am seeing search in a future goal. So in future we want to store some keys on that, so we can may store those strings on that. So now we are only making the image in the asset, so it's make our work simpler in future. So I'm just making that images. Yeah, images. Next we want to store some images in this. So I'm just making an image from the which I have already downloaded. You can download any image you want. So what's the clone? And I am pasting it on those things. Now the image is here. Now we can't use the image. You want to just know those files that hey, here is the images you need. We don't notify the flutter. That's how the flutter works. So also we can just give the thing which we are making. So we want to make so here asset. While making it's always like Python. You always care about the indents. So you just want to care of indents. Our first direct name is not images. Our name is assets slash. Ours is not a block dot image. Ours is images slash. So if we make like this, the whole files which in the assets images could be could be notified to Flutter. So that was the simplest way because if we add a future images on the images folder, it will automatically get notified that hey, there is an image. So it's the simplest way we can check that whether it is working or not. So we are just making a pocket. In that short span, we can just make all these things. Actually, we don't need to. We can just copy it from here as a image. Why do we need to write the whole code again and again if there is the code which we have already written? So we can just make it simpler our code, right? We can also save a lot of time. So v and what's our image? The first image we want Virat Kohli, right? Virat Kohli. Especially you want to check for all the spellings are correct or not. You always want to check that one. So I think it's also correct. Now next thing, we just wanted to make a copy of this whole file because this is the same thing which you are repeating again and again. So why do we need to make another one for that? You can just rename it so you can have a better view. And the second name is Dhoni.jpg, and we can name it as Dhoni. And what should Dhoni send me? Hey, you wanna play India? You wanna play for India? Yeah, that should be the message. You wanna play for India? Yeah, that should be the one. And the time should be, we can change the time actually. Or we doesn't give those time here. So he should send message me at 9 a.m. So it should be more realistic, right? Yeah. So I should read that message. Hey, don't worry, I read your message, man. That was too funny, right? Oh my god, what I'm doing with these old things? I'm already messed up with this guy. So yeah, that also perfectly done actually. So now we can get to the list view. So I am just removing this container from, yeah, it's actually camera. Yeah, I don't care about that one. Yeah, now we can make a list view dot builder for this. So it will dynamic. I will show you what is happening here. Yeah, it will show a list view builder and item builder on what context or on what index the item should be built. So that was the thing they are showing. So I'm making a context here, context and index to notify that which index now it is in. So yeah, and I want to make a return statement here. Return. Alright, I will list type. We can directly make a list here. List style and the leading. Yeah, leading should be uh, dummy chat index dot profile pic. What is happening? Yeah, we should give it in so I forgot to do that. So in our WhatsApp, select a circle profile pic like. So we want to make a circle avatar for that. Circle avatar, and in background image we can provide the thing which we want. So I think it is image dot asset. Hey, hey, hey. Image dot asset. Yeah, we so it's an asset image, man. Why are you always like this? It's an asset image, bro. Yeah, now it will be correct. So hey, why there is an error? Well, get pay attention to 21. What happened though? You can just make it update once again. I don't notify that. I just see here now. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, we can do other things in here. At that time, I think everything was correct. I don't know. Yeah, we can do the we can do the other things here. Oh yeah, we had just given circle over the here. Next, we want to bring the title. So in title, there is actually we are following the text. So the text should be low in the title. No, we don't need. The same thing, the dummy chat, we want to go get an index or word should be it should be the or not. And from that here now it represents the profile pic. So we don't need the profile pic. So dot what should else want to be displayed? Name of the user. So that's the thing which we want to get displayed. So we also display the title here. So yeah, now it's all correct. We want to check that this is yeah, it's fine. Maybe something not fit. I don't know what happened here, but I don't know. Second time it run perfectly. Now we can see where is that going. Yeah, it says here. If we rerun it, we know what happened. Should be what happened here. We should know that one. Reloading, forming photo. We can wait for a second. At that time, we can just add the subtitle to text. Give some time for loading. The same text we are giving on this thing, we are just making a last message just sent. There is something error on that one. Let me check that. What is the error? Oh, I got that one. I got that error. We can just display on email how it looks like. Yeah, this is how it look like now. So we want to. Can anyone just comment on what is the error? If you notice that, what is the error? The error is that in this tree builder we want to give the item count actually. So we don't give the item count till now. So we want to just give those item count here. So here item count item count and what is our item count we want to take? We want to take the count of the list which what is the dummy chat list which we have declared on the model screen. So we have just have dummy chat here and actually if we just given dummy chat it will show error because the dummy chat is a list and item count expecting an integer from that one. So click length. Now it's all thing okay. Yeah, it's everything perfect. And we also add subtitle on that one. When now we can just run it on this window. How we can expect a pretty good screen actually. I don't know what will happen. Can wait for some time. Yeah, yeah. Now it's perfect. Okay, it's all done. And you want to give something a notification button and a clock here. We can just add the clock now, and after adding those divider screen, we can just add on. So the same code actually, the text dummy chat. We can just copy this. I am some already saying why you want to write if the code is last message dot and time actually. If we run that one, yeah, oh, it's already well displayed here. And if you notice in WhatsApp, there is a thin divider is below the every chat. So we just want to implement that also in our app. But if we give the divider in the list style, it won't work. So for that, we are assigning the list style inside, not actually the list style. Actually, yeah, we can give inside the list style. Yeah, in list area, just making it as a column, and when the word the column ends, going to find that where the column ends, and we are just having a divider. Let me see where it should be. I don't show that. Yeah, I don't know if it's visible, but it is the correct visibility of the WhatsApp which we have seen, but it's more visible if we are using the WhatsApp in the dark mode. It's more visible, but in the light mode it's slightly visible. And if you perfectly notice those divider, the divider will start only after the circular in the sorry circle avatar or the correct indentation to the name and subtitle here we have even. So for that we are just giving those indentations indent to I think 50 will be better. Oh, 50. 65 will be better. Yeah, it's perfect. 65. And we also wanted to make a break on the end indent also. So for that, we want to give an end indent, and I think 10 is enough for that one. Oh, 20 maybe there should be. My head is. Yeah, it's perfect now. So we have completed the second part. Oh no, we haven't completed the second part. We also wanted to give if the message was not read, it should say notify button, and the color of those trailing time was also wanted to be in green. So for that we are just having a style property, text style, color. Where is this color? Yeah, color. And now let me explain you something. Here I am using a ternary operator. So if the first condition is true, the first statement will be displayed. If not true, if it's false, the second statement. So we are using ternary operator. I'll explain you better once I have just developed those codes. So the same chat here, the dummy chat index.time, we just want to remove the time from the, we don't need time. dot isRead. If isRead was true, we have just given, if you see the chat model here, we have given a bool value for isRead, and for the first one for Virat Kohli we have just given the false, and for it on for Dhoni we have given true. So when we doesn't read those chat model values, when the isRead is false, we should display the time and a notification button in a green, and if it's read there should be this button doesn't be exist though, so we can just develop that screen. If isR is true, nothing to be done. Color, actually I think we can also make a constants for that to or is this constants, yeah. So we have also want to develop a gray color on this constant, so we can just make it gray colors, okay, now we can add it. If isRead is true, we can just display gray. If it's new false, we can just display a teal color here. It will show an error because we hasn't imported the constants package yet. So now I think it may get displayed. Yeah, the time get displayed here in 12 p.m. in Virat Kohli, and Dhoni's display was in 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock was in a grey color. I will explain why it is. So here the dummy chat isRead is true actually. So for the first instance, so Virat Kohli we have assigned in chat model as true. So this true can be retrieved from here, and it will be get here. So if it is true, it will check whether it is true. If it is true, it will get to gray, and if it's not false, yeah, it's for Virat Kohli it's false, right? Yeah, for Virat Kohli it's false. I doesn't read the Virat Kohli's message actually, so it's false. So it should be displayed on a green color. And the next thing we want to do is that we want to display a circle container with the number of messages. So in for here for in this UI I am just giving a 2 or 3 as those numbers, so we can just make it as, so we just wanted those container below this screen, below the time. So we want to just make the row in a, we want to make the trailing in a row. So text we can just make it in a row, not row actually, it's column, and we can have a container here. Container have a decoration property, and in decoration property we can assign box decoration. We can assign the box decoration here, and inside box decoration there is something called shape, which have the shape of this thing. We can assign box shape dot circle, box shape dot circle. So if we declare the decoration property of a container, the color also should be displayed inside that. Otherwise it should be show error. I will show you what will outcome if I just make those color outside the color green. So I will show you what will be the result actually. Okay, we can just declare, we can adjust with the teal actually. Teal, what is the teal? Yeah. Now see, this is the arrow. If it does indicate, we can see that the color come equal to null. Because that is because if we declare a decoration property of container, the color also should be displayed inside decoration property. So color is also decoration, right? So we just wanted to declare those color inside this decoration property. So this may be, I think, maybe the perfect one. Also, there is something error. Yeah, I think we just want to assign this list view builder instead of string wrap. So string wrap will be, don't know if that's the problem. I think that's one is the main thing. Assertion value is style with a custom widget. Yeah, I will just know that we doesn't give those container a particular height and width, so we can just give height 20, width 20. Yeah, that is the problem. So I think 20 is not enough. We can just give it a 40 actually. Oh my god. 30. I don't think 30 is 25. Yeah, it's perfect. And now if we look on this, it was too close, right? So we want to separate, we want to make a space between those two. So for that we are using the sized box for that, and sized box here, height of 8 I think. If we make this thing, we just know that. I think 10 will be more pretty. That's enough. And as a child, we are giving a text to 1, and we are also giving a style for that, because if we display it will be in default black color. Actually we don't need it in a black color, we need it in a white color. So we are just making, like, what am I doing with these whole things? Now if we're running, yeah, but we can't see it, right? It was in the upper leftmost corner, so we want to be in center, so we're just giving a center property for the text. And if we do that, yeah, now it's pretty much visible. Okay, but there's a new problem. There is a new problem actually. For here, we have read Dhoni's message. Then why should be Dhoni's message displayed here? Because we doesn't give those operator dummy chat. We doesn't give this thing on here. So we just wanted to give that thing to here. Dummy chat to read Control C. If it is true, it's only get displayed. Otherwise, a wait. Container, an empty container will be enough for that. And if we, oh my god, what is that? Yeah, it's not phase read is, it's, yeah, actually false is the right thing. I just misplaced that one. I just control V, this thing. Container. Now why not the whole thing get displayed here? Yeah, we also want to give those height and width here, because otherwise it will take the whole height of the list type. So we don't want those things. That's why it's all get erased from the. I think that was the reason. Yeah, now it's pretty good. So that was the reason. On the first, what's the first mistake I was made is that if dummy chat is true, we want to display those green notification button, but that's not the right thing. We want to display on the false, because isRead is false when the message is not written. If the message is read, the is true will be isRead will be true actually. So, and second mistake I have made, I just declared an empty container here, because if we declare an empty container, it will take the whole size and width of the parent. So we don't want those things. We just wanted to get to the size which was declared for this container. So I just declared a container of height and width of 0. So congratulations guys, you have just completed the first part of the thing. The next thing which you want to do is to, for the status screen, we are doing the status screen here. No, there is one more thing. We doesn't declare the bottom, this one, floating action button. So we just want to declare the floating action button here. I think we can declare a scaffold here. Scaffold, because we can declare it in a tab bar result, but in WhatsApp, every screen has a particular floating action button. Some screen has new messages, some screen is to add new status, some screen has those what is to have a new video call. So each screen have a separate floating action, but if we declare a floating action button on those tab bar itself, the same floating action button will be appeared on every screen. So we don't want to, we need separate floating action button for each and every screen. So we are just declaring and removing this child from here. I'm declaring it as body and floating action button, and if we hit FAB, the floating action button will be appeared here. And what is the one? Child is here. I think the child is here. Icon. Yeah, icon is here. Icons dot things. Okay, now, yeah, this is the one we are declaring for. If we can also declare a container here, but if we declare a contain, this beauty will never get, because if you see that one, those a bit shadow will be there, and it look nice with those custom property which is given by Flutter. And WhatsApp is almost using the every default icons and packages of these things, and it's very much easier for us to build. So we have just done with this screen, and we are now heading to the shadow screen, so we can just remove these things from here. Camera screen also, we don't need also a camera screen here. There's begin a chat model don't need, pub spec camel don't need, shadow screen. Yeah, we are now getting to the shadow screen. Before that, I just want to change this view to a full screen, because we will have a perfect screen for that. Yeah, now it's look very much good actually. So we know camera, yeah. For here, we are just describing a scaffold here. Scaffold. And on the next thing, we want to declare a floating action button, right? So we are declaring, this time we are declaring the floating action button on the first floating action button. And if you check your if you check your WhatsApp status screen, there is two floating action buttons will be available. One for writing a message as a status, and the other for uploading an image. So for that, we need two floating action button, and I'm using a column widget for that one, so there will be two floating action button available here. And now, yeah, after a whole code, we can copy that. For the first one, I'm making a child here, and I'm giving those icons dot camera, because we are using it for a long time this thing. So this will be, I think this will be getting available. So there is some error actually. What is the error? Yeah, and status there is an error. Where is the, I have seen that one, because we have done a state run scaffold, we should give a semicolon here. This is the main mistake I have used to in my all of the code. Oh, we don't need this floating action, but yeah, anyway, we don't need this button here. Actually, we don't need main axis alignment with the end. We need not this camera, we need that beautiful camera though, right? Start. What is that? Yeah, this name, what is the name? Camera. Okay. So now, yeah, it's perfectly okay. Now we also want another one above this thing. I will show you. You can check your WhatsApp, because I think you are all used up with that. There is two screen here. So the next screen was like this, and this is not the icon. It's actually a pencil-like icon. Well, I think that's the name of that one. Not pencil. I think edit should be. Yeah, this is the one. Still there is something different. And on those WhatsApp screen, for the edit by floating action button, this is not the green color. The color for that is actually a white color. I think white. White, it looks so. We can't see those white in a white background. I think we can use a grayed out shade 100. Colors dot grayed out shade 200 maybe. I think now it's look. 100 should be there. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Okay now. So yeah, that's all, and we just wanted to make a sized box here and a height of 10. Yeah, now it's look okay. And we don't change those color of this icon. Actually the icon is not visible. Colors dot gray dot shade 700. Yeah, it's okay now. And we also want to add these gray dot shades 100 and 700 to the constants. So it's not like the we add the color of those simplest one. It's something we want to do in a different way. So for that, we just want to get those gray 100 code here. If we click control, I will show you how it's. If you press control and click on this gray, it will show you what is the color hexacode. We actually need the exact hexacode. It's called the hexacode. This is the exact hexacode. We need the hexacode of that one. So we just want to copy this from here, and on the color screen, the same way, we just want to copy here. And for the colors dot gray, we just want to remove this from here, and we just want to I just misplaced that. So in gray 100 actually. We also want gray 700 also. From colors 700, copy it. We yeah, and just refractor those codes which you written here. Ding. Yeah, now it's look almost good actually. So we are done with the floating action button, and the next task for that we want to get a first list style on here for uploading our own status. After that only we are able to see those status from other people. So on the first priority for us to make those our to upload my status on that one. So we am just minimizing these things from here. Where is that floating action? But yeah. So we are done with that one, and step 4 we just want to assign a body for that. Just want to assign a column for that, and in children we want to give the same list view builder for that one. The same thing which we have done, because the list view builder is not list style actually. List style, we just want to give the same list style here, and for those leading we just want to give a circle avatar. Circle avatar, and on the circle avatar there is a thing called, what is that one, foreground image. There's background image and asset. We just use image dot asset here, and assets slash images slash Dhoni dot jpeg. Are you using asset image here? Now which I think it looks good actually. What's the problem? Unable to load down image. Oh. I used to say that you should always care about those spellings. Otherwise it will get be done. Hey, what is this? I have done with that. Yeah. Now we can see this small donut circle over the here, but it's not. We just wanted to increase its size actually. So for that we are just adding to radius and making it as 30. I think 25 maybe you know. Yeah, 25 will be enough. And there is also a plus sign on this thing. So we just want to add a container above the screen actually. So for that we are using the stack. For what is the use of the stack is that if we enable a stack we can execute some code which is above on the layer. So actually what is a stack? Stack something which is above something. Above if we stack a book another, one book another of that one, which will be a stack. So the same principle is the same principle we can do here also if we give a circle avatar as a so for that column. So we can get a predefined built-in function for stack. So we just got and we just want to make it as a stack. So we have like a circle avatar and we create container. I will show you what is those things. Decoration, same decoration property, box decoration, shape, box shape, dot circle, height, 20, width, 20. Now we can see there should be a what is that? I don't see anything. Yeah, now it will be appear. Actually, it should be appear above those things. If we come in there and below, I don't know if it's come below. No, there is something error on that one. I think we just it's problem by which it doesn't give a child for that one. Child icons dot add. Visible now? Yeah, that is the problem actually. So we just give it actually there's a plus and I will just give a color for this container. I will just give a teal color for that. What is those color property, man? Oh, color teal. Do you guys see that one? Here is that one. And we just want to center this thing. Center, and also it's much prettier if we add a color for that one. Comma color. Sorry. Color, and we just want to add a white color. Now I want to position this container here. So I just want to use that sky position widget for that one. So I'm using a positioned, and where we want to position, we want to position on the bottom. So we want to position on the bottom. -1 may be enough. Yeah, it comes to the bottom. Next we need on the left, so it comes to the bottom, right? So we just want on the right side, so we are right -1. Yeah, now it's come here. I think those it's not centered actually. We will just make those container big for a trial purpose. Yeah, it's actually centered. 20. I think 28. We can check on 28 actually. This the whole time will go by doing some UI works because we just want to play with these whole numbers actually. So whole time will be ruined by these things. Yeah, it will be perfect. I think you can just move to some bone. Right, I think. We move to something bottom. One. Yeah, now it looks similar. And for the next thing, we just want to add some containers here and there. So that's same as those list style which we have made. Here you can just make it stack leading is here. And next thing we want a title. Title should be the my status. So text my status. If you check, that one should be the, yeah, my status. But we want to style a little bit because we don't want a regular text here. We want all in professional way. Text time, font, weight, W600, and we want to just increase that font size also. Font size to 18, I think. Yeah, it is perfect. And I also want to make the W800. Just try that. Yeah, W800 is now it's perfect. And the next thing we also done with the leading title also have done. The next thing which is we want to a subtitle actually. Subtitle also is a text, also a custom. These texts are static, it's never change, will be remain same for every user. So we just want to display the same text for every user. So just for that we are using the list style here, not using the list viewers, anything like that. If we want to display something different for every user, we use a list view builder or something like that. So in that text we are using tab to add status update. So yeah, this is also been good. So we are done with those static thing. Next thing which we want to do with those dynamically. So before that, if you check your WhatsApp, there is a container, and with the container it will be so recent update. So we also want to build that too. For a container, color, the first we can try with gray 700, and later we can just move to any other color. Height will be 40. Child will be a text widget. This is also a static widget. It will remain same for every user who using this application. Text should be a recent update. Let's check that one. Now it's very much, we want the whole thing, so that we are using a width property here. So if we give a custom width property, if I give a 40, now the screen width is different for every phone. So if you use a default thing for default size for that every mobile or every application, it may cause some problem. So for that we are just taking those size of this phone. So we are using a size property here, media query. Why these all should stop coming? Query dot of context dot size. So we can just get the size of these things, and in the width property we are using size dot width. So if we use size dot width, we get the whole. It will be remain for if using any phone using tab. It will cover the whole width of this phone. And the next big thing we want to do, we want to just be sender this thing. We want to text to be sender actually. So it will be sender. Now there's other one. When we sender, we will go to the very center of this one. We don't want in that center, just want to start in. So for that we are just cross X alignment, start. I think this should be main axis alignment, right? Main axis alignment is good. And there is another problem for us, that it's not coming down. So that is the problem. It's like here if we so from here there is a problem actually. Now it's get jumped to these things actually. If we give a sender property here. So there is a problem actually exists here. The recent updates should be displayed on the very much center of the screen. So we don't want we want on the left center. So we want in this position we want those recent updates here. So we want to use another property of we can use it's actually an align, it's called an align property. So it will align those whatever it says just align to whatever position we are just assigning to it. Alignment dot actually top left will be no center left. So yeah, now it get displayed here. And also we want to just give we can remove this container, we don't need this container here. And we can have so much padding for that. I think padding dot only will be enough for that. Only left. I think 12 will be better. Yeah, it's better. And we can just we don't need this much darkness here. We just want to minimize its darkness. So colors dot gray dot shade 400 maybe 300 maybe. Yeah, it's perfect. Let's try 200 also. No, 300 is better. So we are done with that. Next thing we want to add recent updates. These 300 to here. Control C. Yeah, and this time we can write this code constant color create 300. I think 300 or 400. Yes, 300 equal to. Now you can use it this thing from directly here. So this thing is okay. Here isn't update. Okay, just next thing we want to just scale it up. Time text style font size to 18. Oh. Yeah, and we can also make a font weight for that. Yeah, now it's looking pretty good. We are just so our dynamics chat section is over. This much is the status section which is available on those status screen. So next we are heading to the list view.builder thing because the status which is different for different user. If I am messaging with someone that's not the person you are messaging with. So it's maybe different with every person who was using those WhatsApp. So we just want to make it dynamic. For making it dynamic, we should have a model screen as we are developed in chat screen. So we also wanted to develop a status model for also for that. So we're just heading to status, new status model actually, status. What I'm doing with this? Status class, status model, class status model. The first thing we want to store in why actually what I'm doing. Final string, the first thing is the profile pic of the user, so we are just naming it as profile pic. Second string we are using name username, so we are using such profile things. Next, final string updated time, so it will be done. So you can just name a constructor as y7. We can just make it useful if the user the flutter was provided here. The next big thing, we want to just make some dummy data. The list, actually we want to declare a list, and the list is of a type status model dummy status. Actually we don't need profile pic here, we need the status pic here. That also get fixed. For that one, status model status pic should be our same image. We don't adding more images there, because it makes it takes so much useless time, because I only need to show I need to show you that how to add some pics to those public YAML. I have accomplished with that. So if you want to add custom pics, you can add that one. But I am not wasting those times here, because I want to give you more tutorials for that one. So I just assigning those the things which you have always downloaded from the net. So I am using here dhoni.jpg and username is dhoni, and updated time. So updated name change, I'm just giving it as 20. I will show you how I give you 20 here. Copying this, accept version images too. Now here is not Dhoni, it is Virat Kohli here. Virat Kohli here, we can name it as Virat Kohli. And we can give it as 1. So we are done with our dummy model. Next thing, we are just moving towards our status screen, and column is here. Yeah. We have to name a distribute builder. Distribute builder, the same thing which, yeah, it's now get rebuilder itself. So we just want to get something easy steps. Before that, we just want to remove this thing here, make it to be here. Yeah, now it's visible, right? Username and everything went visible. Next one, add those subtitle here, the same way which we added the username. We dot updated time. And for updated time, we must add something more. Actually, I will show you what is the result of that one. Now which will just say 20 and 1 actually, but we need something more actually, like 20 minutes ago or 20 minutes updated today, 20 minutes ago, something like that. We should display something. So for that we are making an f string. Actually in Python we call it f string, but here it should be something different. Just add something here, and this thing, oh, we got it from outside. Actually 20 minutes ago. Yeah, now we also get display here. We should also style this thing a little bit. I think we can use these styling. What are the styling we have given on this course? Do we give any styling for that? I don't remember if I'm giving any style for that. I don't give any style, but it looks perfectly good. And when we use here, when we come to status screen, we can give some styling for that one. I don't know why it happened. Style. Just wanted to give some font weight only for that W600. Yeah, now it's perfect. And there is something more. Actually, I have given a column about this thing, right? So if there is something which overlap these screens, if you think that there is some more screen, I will show you by giving some models here. What is the status model? And I'm just copying the same thing again and again, so we can know that what is the different if I give. Come on, it's not rebuilding. I think we should rerun it. Let's wait for a sec. Hey. Yeah, now it was get overlap because do anyone have idea why it's overlapped? That's because we have given a column here and now we want to give it as a list view. So if we give a list view and if we run it, means the problem gets to be over. Now look, actually there is only enough data to be shown here. We just give some more data. So we just save it. Oh, it's not scrolling. Yeah, okay. We just want to give one more property for here. Actually, I just forgot that one. Yeah, if we tap here, it will move, but that's because it will only scroll inside. Scroll is true, so the scrolling will not will be there. So we just want to give another scrolling property for that. Its actual name is physics actually. Come first. Physics, and we just want to give as never scroll physics. Scrollable physics. So it should be or something like this to be, or it will be get over. Now we get to run this string. I think it should get over. I think it should over. Yeah, now it's run perfectly fine. That's the reason. If it doesn't give physics and the string wrap is true, it doesn't scroll actually. The scrolling property will be disabled from here. That's why if I will give you once more a demo what's happening here. If I give and if yeah wait a minute, and if I hot restart this thing, it should be restarted. It shows loading, and if we tap here and move it, the scrolling will be done. But if we tap here, no scrolling will be done. Okay, you see, did you see that one? There is only a, it should be hover from here itself. That's because we are giving a string wrap to true, so that the inner scroll property will be disabled here, and if we give string wrap to false, it will be the inner scroll will be enabled. So for that we are giving physics never scroll physics inside those list view, so the scrolling will be enabled to the its parent. So its parent is a list view, so it gets scrolling. That is the reason we have just used a never scroll physics here. And all about this thing, and I think we are just over with those status screen. Also, once again, congratulations guys, also for you to staying this much long time. And on only one screen is left is those call screen, so we are now heading back to those call screen actually. Everything is working perfectly fine actually. If the scrolling property is working, wait, what happened? The scrolling property is working, those controller is working smoothly, I will do the camera on those another video because we just want to import something more for that. We just want to make an image picture camera something. I think it's look like a whole episode for that one. So we just do the camera in another a separate section for camera itself. So we just do in another. So we just now come to the chat status and call sections here. So now we are heading to the call section. So we don't need status model don't need, chat screen don't need, colors may be needed. And now we are going to those call skin, the last and final skin which we are building today. So here too, we are just be having a scaffold here, and the same floating action button for here, but floating action button may be different here because I will show you why it's different from those status screen. Yeah, now we want a column here because I explained that we want two icons here, so if we just give it will show an error actually. So floating action button, child, and the first icon should be, it's actually a video link application, so it's I think it's not available till on this update which is given by the Flutter. I think it should be available on the next update, so we can just think a perfect one for that. We can choose it is perfect. I think Video Plus would be more accurate for those design. We are compromised with this thing, and we also need some, if we run this thing we could get a what's there's something problem. I should sure there is semicolon, there should be a semicolon, mistake should be here. And yeah, if you run it you can see that's the beauty. I really love Flutter because of this is the reason should be here. So next thing, yeah, we also want to add one more icon here. So the same way we are adding this thing also. Control copy, Control V, and let's see it. It's taking too long because I'm just sitting on this laptop for a long time. I think I just want to shut down the laptop. So just want to make it down. So we just make main axis alignment and main axis alignment dot end. And now it become end suite. We are using a sized box. Now this is the thing which we have built. Now the next thing we want to build is that we want to leave some space between these two floating action buttons. So we are just giving some sized box here, and we are giving a height of 10 for that. I think it's maybe not good here. Yeah. So we have the same floating action button as we have done on those shadow screens. So we just want to copy those things from here actually. Where is those floating action button? This is the place where we adjust. So this is the same thing which we have near in this call screen also. We are just making this thing to here, and we are only changing those icon property only. What is this icon? Video add. Video call, and now let's look more accurately as WhatsApp is. So we are also done with that, and the next thing is we are going to do is that we just want to populate the call screen list, so that we are using list view builder. Once again I'm repeating that it should, if you are having dealing with the dynamic data, you should use list view builder, or you are using with the static data, which will be same for every user who is using your application. You should be done with the custom applications like list view builder or column. Once you are dealing with those dynamic widgets, dynamic data should be coming from the database or some any servers or something like that. You should always deal with those dynamic widgets like list view builder, grid view builder. There are plenty of things which is given by the Google Flutter team actually. So for here we are using a call screen. So here also we are just using the list view builder. So before the list view builder, we should accept what type of data should be accepted by those by those builder. So we are just heading to the model screen, call model, and it's a call model actually. Or should it header too? Yeah. And we are also implementing a class called call model. And the first thing is given is final string username actually, username. Next thing, final string user pick, final string final string when do the user calls you. Final, I'm also assigning two bool statements here, is incoming. Is incoming. That is the second thing. Final, because another boolean variable we are also including is video. Should know is which is a video call, this should be true, or if it's not a video call, it should be false actually. So we are using a constructor for that. So it's all done with this model screen, and next we are heading to those body. So here body list view dot builder actually, context comma index. So now the index structure, right? This time we are not repeating those mistakes we are doing earlier. So on the first instance, I am just assigning item count here. Here actually it's here. Item count. Oh, we don't give those data here. Why we are just give those things? I don't remember me. Call model. Call. Username, the same username which we are using for 1.5 hours ago. Why Virat Kohli's name was such famous now, right? Yeah, Kohli. Virat Kohli. So what is the user pick? Asset slash set slash images slash JPG call time is 5 minutes ago. Is incoming? Yes, true, it's incoming call. An incoming call is video. It's not a video actually. False. True. Yeah, we are done with that one. And we are just making an another list for also for this one. Making copy whole thing, pasting it again, naming it as Tony.jpg. And it's almost 2 minutes ago. Fossil, not fossil, man. It's false. Why you are missing his spellings? True, actually. So we always done with this thing our list, and we can head to list view. Dummy. Come on, man. Dummy call dot length. Return. Column. Column much children's. The first one is list style actually. So list style and the same one which we are doing an echo. The same thing, the same manner we are doing everything. Where is the call screen here? Yeah, where is the one? Not here. Why should I give this? Yeah. Not this one. This is the default one which we have given, and here is our thing. I think we should take all from here. I don't need to write it again and again. I don't like that. We can just paste it here, and we can make it. Let me call v. Actually, you can write this code because I am very much tired with these things. So I am just using these simplest and lazy ways for that because I'm already tired with this thing. I just want to complete this video by today itself. So that's why I'm just sitting on this thing. Update your time. Dot. What should be those things? Yeah, it should be those time. What is our call time actually? Yeah. Now we can check what is the result. I'm very eager to know what it should work. First thing I should know that oh, there's an error actually. I'm pretty much sure about that. There should be a semicolon error actually. Have seen, so of course a semicolon error, and we are good to go ahead. If when we run it, this is the result which we get, but we want some more things to be added for this thing. So in 2 minutes ago, we just want to add some icon for that. So I'm just converting it to a row. For that, I can add some icon ahead of that. Icons dot. What should be the name of the icon for the incoming call? I don't know what should be the name of that one. Move through this so that we know that what is the real name of that icon which we want to get actually. So let's get stuck. Just knowing what is the icon which we want here. Icons dot. What should be our icons incoming? I I don't know what is the name of that. I'm thinking that it's an incoming actually. Is there any icons for that incoming? I had seen some icons for that. Don't know whether it is that icon or not. Still loading. There is nothing icon like incoming here. Dot. I think there should something correlated to call actually, so we can just, yeah, we have get that one. Call made actually, and this color should be green. I think if it doesn't add green, so we can adjust with teal actually. Just we can check over these things. Yeah, it's appears, but it should be appears according to this incoming call or outgoing call. If this incoming call is true, it doesn't be the if the incoming call is false, it should be the. So we're just giving a function, a turtle operator for that. So it's using the same thing. So see, if it is true, we should display another thing. If it is false, we should be display this thing. If incoming call is true, we should display another icon. This is not the icon we want. Oh, happens here. Not call 10 actually. It's not call 10. It's what else I have just forgotten what are other. Oh, I don't get it. So is income. Why we use the spelling should be perfectly right. Is incoming. Can you guys guess in this video how many times we have used this control copy and this copy, and we have used it a lot of times in this particular video. We use so much times that construct call main. We just want another work that's called mist actually. I think this should be the call mist. I think it should be get from here too. I don't know if it's possible. I can start. Now we can see if it work or not. The standard operator, we want to check that if a assertion bool assertion must not be a null value or should be a null value. To me, text for boolean expression must not be null. Icons dot code is incoming. True, it is true, should be here. Yeah, we are using dummy call and we use that is incoming. We are to be redirected to here. So we are using is incoming true here, false here, and why this variable have showing this type of errors here. Let's go through failure assertion. Boolean expression must not be null. Expression is incoming. Incoming is a true value. Why should be it's showing like that? I don't know why it's showing. Dummy call index. This is the real programming. You should spend a lot of time by doesn't understanding what is happening here and there. Actually, I'm not getting why is it showing an error here. Icons.go color steel. can just restart whole thing, so we can know that what is the error actually here. Course. Yeah, now it's working because that just hot restart this app a lot of times, so that's why it's not running properly. So now it's working actually. So we just want to remove this thing from here actually. We don't want this call icon here. I just want to know to check that it's working properly. So icon stored. We just wanted to call. Just yeah, see, I think this is maybe the perfect one. We can check that if there is more perfect. We can say missed. Yeah, we can get a perfect one. Colors dot red actually. We want to assign a red color here. C V red red full screen. Now it's also an key. So okay, just run this application. You know what should be the result. Yeah, it's worked perfectly. We can just add a size box here. Size box of width. Actually, 5 is just enough for that one. So let's run our application once again so that we can know that what should be those. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. And the next big thing we want to do is that we just want to, the last and final part of our video is that we just wanted to add a trailing here, and the trailing is also same as what we did here. We just did it as a dummy call like that. So we just want the same thing should be here, only those there should be the changes in those variables. Only dummy call is video. This is the change we have, but the first change we want, this video is the first change. If it is a video call, we want to display icons dot a video. I think that's the name of that one. Video can, and it's not, it's actually a regular call. It should be displayed this thing, and the color should be same for all actually. So the color should be teal for here too. And we are done with that also. Yeah, last error we have just encountered here. Yeah, that also was some, and we are officially done with the UI screen of WhatsApp. Congratulations guys, congratulations for me for completing this episode. For this is the first episode for our WhatsApp UI, and on the next episode I think I should be making a video for those camera screens, so we can just get a camera screen here. So we just want to import some image picker or file picker from our screen or something like that. So we are just making on the next episode, or I am making for integrating to Firebase for making it messaging application using a messaging. So that may be the next screen which we have doing. And thank you guys for giving me some time from your life for following me on this thing. So as the last words of this video, I'm saying just subscribe to my video. For if you like this video, like the button, or if you have any comments for those video for improving this video, you can just comment it down. And any queries, any problems if you are facing on those making this application, you can just comment or you can just message me directly. I'm leaving my all my LinkedIn links and Instagram links in the description below, so you can just message me in any time. I will just reply in an hour or in any time which is possible as fast as I can. So just follow on Instagram, just connect with me in LinkedIn. We can just share a regular chit chat talks for that. I am making the regular videos for this any clone, like I'm using the WhatsApp. The next clone I'm building is an Amazon for that. So you can just follow me again. We can learn for that together. So thank you guys once again, and I'm signing off. This is your Massive Coder, and signing off.